Hi everyone. So today we are going to handle something different. It's also different if you compare it with what we've been discussing. So one of the greatest nightmares I had when I was learning R was to create a pie chart in R. Ironically, one would believe that it would be the easiest thing out there because ggplot is so easy to use, but it's not very intuitive to create a pie chart. So now because we've gone through what is dplyr, we've also gone through what is how to use Janitor to create percentages plot, and we've also gone through quite a lot. So I think today it's a good time to go through like how you would create a pie chart. Now there are two ways that I know of anyway. One is the easy, so we'll finish with that one. The other one is a bit more involved. I'll not go ahead and say it's complex, just a bit more involved. Yeah? So I've looked for a data set. This is not exactly a data set. It's just something we are going to create. Import the libraries we need. The first one is Janitor, the second one is Plotly, and the third one is Tidyverse. We'll use them sequentially as we go. So the data I'm going to create here is just a simple data. So the data has one column is gender. So here we have male, female, and non-binary. And here we have the accounts. So the question would be, what is the percentage of the male in our data set? What's the percentage of females, or even what's the percentage of the non-binary? So we go ahead and we need to do a bit of a few things. So we take the data frame and we pipe it. Now we want to create percentages, so we add on percentages. So this is the same way we did last time. And when we run that, is that we need to specify that the percentages should be column wise. So we have now this. Again, we need to create a new column for the percentages, and we are going to say mutate. So mutate will capture now that new column, and we are going to call it the percentage, or the short form is pack. And here we are going to say that what we need is now this percentage, it's in decimal. We want to create it in percentage format. So what we do is we take the count, we multiply by 100, and then we can see what is there is 35, but there is all these other numbers, so we need to round off. So we are going to round it off, and here we're going to say we are going to round it off to the nearest one number, to the nearest to one significant figure. So this one is much more cleaner. So we are going to use this to create a pie chart. So the first thing is ggplot. We're going to have some aesthetics. So our X is going to be gender, going to be empty. Our Y is going to be the count, and then our fill is going to be the gender. Then what we are going to do first is to create a stacked plot, a 100% stacked plot. So we say geom bar start equals to identity. Remember, you have to use start equals to identity whenever you're creating a bar chart, and we can see what is there. So you can see it's a 100 percentage plot, the female and the male and the non-binary. The next thing we can do is to add geom text. And before we do that, we can also say here that the position equals to fill. It's good to add that. So now we need to go a step further. Here we should have said that the labels equals to the pack, the variable that we just created. Position. This one will capture the positions. Where do we want this text to be added in? So, and we are going to give it a v just of 0.5. We'll see why we need to do that. So we need to add now the labels. So where we say that the label, no, we add it as an aesthetic and say that the label equals to the pack. This is the variable we just created, and then position The position is going to be position field, just the way we've stated, and then we give it the vertical adjustment, which is 0.5. So we want the text to be in the middle part, 0.5. So the text is better formatted. So we can add, I think we need to add the coordinates. So we say coordinates, chord polar. So this one is going to curve the graph into a circle. Okay. Want to do it on the y-axis. So this is now the pie chart, and I think the only thing that is remaining. So to create a pie chart, what we need is we need to create a stack 100% stacked plot. We need to add the percentages into that plot, and then we are going to curve that plot into a circle, and that's why I said it's a bit involved. So we go right into it. We take the DF and we pipe it into head to see what is there. And now we add on the percentages from the library janitor. So add on percentages. So we have now the percentages, but we need to specify that these are column wise. So these are the percentages. Again, we need now to create a new column. The new column will capture the like a clean version of these percentages with that will be now out of 100, and will have a better formatting. So here we'll say that pack equals to number one. We need to take the count. We multiply by 100. Then the output of that, we are going to round that to the nearest to one significant figure. So we are going to round this to one significant figure. So this one looks much better. And we are going to pipe that again. And we are going to pipe it into ggplot now. So what we need are a few aesthetics. The first, x is equals to an empty string. We don't need it. Y will be the count. Then the label will be equal to the percentage, and the fill will be equals to the gender. Now we have everything. So we go to Geomba, and because we have a y, we need to specify the start. So we say the start equals to identity, and position. We need to specify that the position equals to fill. We can already see our percentage plot coming along very nicely. So again, we need to add now the text to the graph. So geom text, and here we need to specify that position equals to position fill, and under this you're going to give a vertical adjustment. So vertical vjust equals to 0.5. So the text are well formatted. So we need to now curve this on the y-axis to get a pie chart. So plus coordinate. So this now is just a coordinate called polar, and we are going to do it on the y-axis. So we have now a curved space, and the final thing we do is to add a dim void. This one removes any extra materials we don't need. And there you have your pie charts. We can add a label and say that the title equals to gender distribution in the data. And there you go. So that would be one way of creating a pie chart. Is the most involved way, but now we can try something else. So Plotly have a very nice library. So we do Plotly. So the data is going to be df. the and I think it expects a few things. The first thing would be the values. I think I'll create a new cell here, and then I'll say df head so that I can remember what I've been working on. So the values would be the count, and Plotly have a very good library that you can use for creating pie charts. I'll give there is a limitation though. So for example, if you want to knit your graphs now in either PDF or Word format, they'll not be able to allow. You can only print it in HTML format once you use Plotly. That's why I took the liberty of showing you the first version. And so you can use that when you want to create your plot, let's say in PDF format. But when you want to just have HTML pie charts, you can use now the Plotly way. So you write Plotly. I had imported it up there. So the data is the DF, sorry. So we have labels. The labels equals to gender and the values are equals to the count. You may need to use a tilde so that it understands that this is a column, it's not a variable. So for Plotly, you need to do that to just get a pie chart. You don't want to have to create like all this code. So we use the Plotly way. The only limitation is that in HTML, you can only print it in HTML format. If you use Plotly, I had imported the library up there. So just write Plotly and then you give it the data. The labels will be equals to the gender, the values will be equals to the count, and the kind all equals to pi. Um, Actually, it's not the kind, is the type. I think I'm confusing you with the Python format. Then this one you need to use a tilde to show that it's a column. And just like that, you have your very interesting plot, the pie chart, and you can even hover around and it will be able to show you all these details. So those are the two ways you can use for generating pie charts in R. Thank you.